Gary Scheimer sets the field, and we're underway at Mile High Stadium. Who's going to have the horsepower through turns 1 and 2? It looks to be Jimmy Johnson.
Well, here's the high-speed section, and we'll see them for the first time at full speed, reaching speeds of 65 miles an hour before you get to that corner.
2 and 3 abreast as they came down there, and you can't take the corners 3 abreast. So far, everybody clean. Remember, if you were with us at Las Vegas, it was literally a demolition derby in the first heat, trying to get sorted out through a couple of tight corners. That is the tightest corner that the series runs on. Here it's more wide open, and the benefits are paying big dividends, Ralph.
They sure are right now for the Chevy trucks. There you see the battle back in second place. That in truck number 11 is Jeff Ward, and behind him in the number 4, Roger Mears Sr. As we watch them sweep through down by our barrier camp, there's that battle for second raging on to turn number 3. Jimmy Johnson, meanwhile, is wide open. He's gone. He's way out in front. This is the best battle on the track.
The one question I have for team owner John Nelson is, if this truck's having gremlin problems in the number 14, I want to know what they are, because he is cannon shot out in front of this field. Roger Mears ducks underneath Jeff Ward, and the experience of Mears, he takes over second place.
One of the things that Wardy's going to have to get adjusted to is he's about to almost lose third place. He's getting hounded now by Ivan Stewart. Wardy's going to have to get used to the sides of those trucks. He is used to running on motorcycles, and it was one of the biggest adjustments for Rick Johnson, getting used to the fact that he has different body panels around him that he has to adjust to. He's made a tremendous adjustment to this truck, and he says once you figure out where the truck is, you're okay.
And we've got Jeff Ward over on his side, down in turn number 5, and that will bring out a full course yellow.
Let's take a look at how it happened to Jeff Ward as they went down into turn number 5, the only other right-hander. Zip right up and over the barrier. And again, Marty, that's a part of him just learning the boundaries of that truck and where those barriers are.
Looking back at the back of the pack, that's Jimmy Nichols. We'll work our way forward. There is what's left of Jeff Ward's vehicle. And the restart of heat race number 1 is underway. And Jimmy Johnson now has Roger Mears right on his back bumper. And we're going to see if Chevy Thunder can pull away from the Budweiser Conoco Nissan one more time. Down through turn number 3. Still pretty much single file, although Walker Evans trying to work inside Ivan Stewart. Right there you see him, but Ivan able to shut the door. Boy, Jimmy's doing a good job.
He really charged hard into those first couple of corners to try and reopen up that lead. You can see how much they get bounced around inside the trucks.
So Jimmy Johnson again with, traffic coming after him. And there you saw Rick Johnson. He's got damage to the right front quarter panel of his Chevrolet, and he is falling back. Oh, no! Jimmy Johnson, our race leader, has gone over in turn number 3. So Jimmy Johnson, unable to capitalize on his early lead, hands it right to that man, Roger Mears.
Here's the replay. Let's take a look. There you see that's Ivan Stewart in the 2, and he did. He just went in real hot, and he tipped it over a little bit, caught a bit of a rut. The weight got shifted over to the right side of the truck, and there was nothing he could do but let it roll over.
We're ready for the restart now in heat race number 1. Jimmy Johnson at the back of the pack. Roger Mears, who has dominated this event over the years, winning 3 out of the 5 times that this tour has stopped here in Denver's Mile High Stadium. Laps are winding down, 2 remaining. And you're right, McCachran really coming on strong, giving the Iron Man all he can handle.
Look at the truck in the rhythm sections. Look how it gets through there.
The problem is, can he make it stick right there?
That's the move.
Now it's Ivan's turn on the left side. He'll have the inside corner, but no, they get into each other, and Ivan, yes, will be able to get around the corner and hold on to second place. But in the meantime, Roger Mears has opened up now a 7 truck length lead.
Boy, Rob McCachran had the right idea, Marty. He just ran out of straightaway to really secure the deal. Now I think he's going to run out of time as far as catching him with just 1 lap to go.
Let me correct myself one more time. You're going to see Rick Johnson's truck right there. He has refired the motor and is limping around.
And that could be a problem for Mears.
Mears has got a big problem. He got sideways over the rhythm section. He's going to have a duel with Ivan Stewart down the straightaway heading into turn number 5, 6.
And here comes McCachran.
McCachran also in this in a 3-truck battle with 1 lap coming up. The white flag will come out this time around.
Oh, this could be good. Here comes the contact. You know it's coming.
Heading past what will be the finish line, and Gary Scheimer, final lap. Roger Mears, Ivan Stewart, Rob McCachran, and Walker Evans.
Boy, these are 3 of the most determined drivers in our series, and none of them want to give up an inch, and they're going to fight for every bit of this chunk of Baja territory.
Boy, Mears, all of a sudden, after having some great handling, has had a couple of... Oh, no, Ivan Stewart is up and over. Rob McCachran gets into him, and I'm sure Rough Driving is going to be taking a look at that. It is going to be Roger Mears taking the checkered flag. We'll wait as another truck has gone over, and that was Rob McCachran. So we'll sort that out for you as you see the checkered flag for Roger Mears Sr. Then Walker Evans in second. Roger Mears Jr. crosses the line third, but we're going to have to wait and see how this all sorts out because Ivan Stewart and Rob McCachran are both sitting on their side. There you see Jimmy Johnson duct tape holding a lot of those pieces together. A lot of damage to that vehicle in the rollover in Heat 8 race number 1, but at least he's better off than Danny Thompson. Thompson should be in front of him, and he is not going to make the call for Heat race number 2. The green flag waves, and we're underway. That's Roger Mears Jr. on the outside. Jimmy Johnson, Mears Jr. heading for turn number 2. It'll be Mears Jr., then Johnson, then Ivan Stewart, and then Jeff Ward.
Down to the end of the very fast section. He's now into the tighter portions.
Ivan Stewart's moved into second place. Jimmy Johnson's now third. Mears Jr. in front. Jeff Ward doing a fine job of holding on to fourth place. Then back further, it's Rob McCachran and Walker Evans. Then Rick Johnson.
Well, there's a ton of congestion back behind these 3, but up front they have really spaced themselves out. Now it's a question of can anybody close on anybody?
Roger Mears Jr. down into turn 3. Now you're on board with Jimmy Johnson. Johnson in third and looking to close in on Ivan Stewart, who is running in second in the Toyota. So there is your leader now, Roger Mears Jr., and right behind him, Ivan Stewart, followed by Jeff Ward. Action behind him getting a little sideways between Walker Evans and Roger Mears Sr. and Rob McCachran.
Marty, I've watched the number 11 of Jeff Ward. He is really charging to the front here. He has come right up on the backside of Ivan Stewart, and Wardy is really figuring out this Dodge truck. He's got a good rhythm going, and he's going to be giving the Iron Man some fits here before this heat is over.
They're on the back stretch, which actually works as the starting line area, then through the quick turn 1 complex. Here is turn 2, and this is what is the finish line of the race course. Oh, and Jeff Ward takes a right turn hard into the hydro barrier. I don't know if somebody turned into him or pushed him, but we've got a full course yellow as Jimmy Johnson gets swept up in it, as does Rob McCachran.
Watch Jeff Ward. He carries so much speed into this corner. The rear end gets out, hits the hydro barrier, and sends him nose first way up into the barriers, all the way up into the railing, and collects Jimmy Johnson.
Keep finishing races, Ralph.
Well, he is doing exactly what he has to do. We know he would like to win, but it's finishing to win the championship that's most important.
Green flag drops from Gary Scheimer. We're underway again. A lot of action down into turn number 2.
Not only is the top speed so phenomenal on these machines, but the 0 to 65 speed, as you said, just 100 yards long or 100 feet long, and they get to it in a hurry. And here comes a challenge for the lead.
Oh, nice turn by Ivan Stewart. Ivan, and now Mears Jr. with a good inside line on this turn. Door handle to door handle. Jr. and the Iron Man, and they are still side by side. It can't last much longer. There's too many turns coming up.
That was some very fabulous driving, Marty. 2 drivers who are going at it very, very hard, but very cleanly.
Yeah, you notice
neither of the drivers was really leaning on each other.
Well, you notice they all still have their side panels. That's amazing. I mean, it is so tight in some of these corners. They usually rub it off of each other. But you're right, Ralph. A very clean set of maneuvers by both drivers. Rob McCachran in third place. Fourth is now Rick Johnson. We can tell you that Jimmy Johnson has retired the number 14 Chevrolet.
Rob McCachran trying to get back in the thick of this one to see if he can make something happen. And Roger Mears Jr., one reason why he's being able to hold off Rob McCachran is because McCachran is driving so hard that he's not driving as smooth as he needs to make up the difference.
White flag is out for the Iron Man. Now, we also should tell you Roger Mears Sr. is out of this race. We better hope it's not a motor. He was on his backup motor after practice and qualifying today. In fact, he won heat race number 1 with the backup motor, but he is stalled at turn 2, so we'll keep our eyes and ears posted to see what happens there between the heat and the main. It looks like Ivan Stewart is going to take heat race number 2 for Team Toyota. He's only got one more left-hand turn, and it's coming up here. The Iron Man will look right at Gary Scheimer's checkered flag. It'll be the number 6 of Roger Mears Jr. second, and the number 7 of Rick Johnson third. That brings us to the main event. Going to put you on the spot. Who do you like?
I think it's pretty easy, really. I think it's Ivan Stewart. He's been the most consistent driver all night long. He did win heat race number 2, and he was real close to winning heat number 1.
We are ready for the main event. Conoco's Rumble in the Rockies has come down to this moment. Green flag waves from starter Gary Scheimer, and this race is underway. Pedal to the metal. Ivan Stewart's in row 2. Rob McCachran bumps momentarily with Roger Mears Jr. It costs him 2 positions. It's now Mears Sr., Mears Jr., Ivan Stewart, Rod Millen. That's your top 4.
You know, we haven't seen much out of Rod Millen tonight, and it's going to be interesting to see just how hard he charges here in this final. Rob McCachran, we know, will run hard. He's trying to come up from behind him right now. Also, don't forget, Ivan Stewart said passing is very tough. You really have to watch and set the guy up in front of you.
Well, remember, the magic number for Rod Millen is 85. If he comes out of here with 85 points or more, he has clinched the 2nd straight Drivers' Championship in his career here on the Mickey Thompson Tour.
Ivan has got to get rid of Roger Mears Sr., make that junior now if he wants a shot at Roger Mears Sr., because he's got to get by junior and then reel senior back in and then set him up for a pass. Well, the other thing to remember here, and you better believe there's some team tactics, Mears Jr. is going to do everything he can to keep Ivan Stewart behind him. Roger Mears Sr. has won this event 3 times out of the 5 prior runnings. He could go 4 for 6. There's Jimmy Johnson. We're watching him as he works that steering wheel. That's the view out front. But look at the grip. It's not real hard. He's just loose on the steering wheel, just working it smoothly. We're into the high-speed section, over the washboard area, through the sweeper, 2 big jumps. This is turn number 2. Here's the high-speed section. Let's also tell you now, as you see back behind Ivan Stewart, Ricky Johnson has moved ahead of Rod Millen. That's what he needs to have happen to have any chance heading into the final round at San Francisco's Candlestick Park. But here comes Rod Millen back. You can see him back in the side there, going door to door. And this could make a difference for the Iron Man if RJ gets in the midst of this and starts messing around. Here comes the Iron Man. All right, we're going to find out just how much Ivan Stewart. And Rod Millen. Just how much Ivan Stewart has left, because Roger Mears has a full straightaway lead. There's the margin. You can see as they go past the barrier cam. Right now, the number 4 of Roger Mears is in the front and holding on to it. We can tell you Rob McCachran was that Ford that you saw stalled right by the finish line. That was a hard bounce right there for Mears. Ivan Stewart looking to force Mears into a mistake. 2 of the greatest names in off-road racing going after each other, nose to tail. Oh, they got together there. Ivan gives him a little nudge from behind. No harm, no foul. But he is very much the gentleman in it, Marty. He backed off instead of sending him all the way around. But here comes Rod again. And Rod also backed out right there, and I'm surprised at that. He had an opportunity to really stick his nose in. RJ coming inside of Rod Millen as they try to make the challenge for 3rd with 1 to go, and he was unable to pull it off. All right, Roger Mears. Remember, he has won this 3 out of the 5 years that it's previously been held here at Mile High Stadium. Ivan Stewart's won 2 out of the last 3 events on the tour. Who's going to take the checkered flag? Just a couple of turns left to go. Hard left-hander, 180 degrees. Ivan not able to get any ground there. This is going to be a drag race to the finish. That was his favorite passing point right there. Can he maybe make something happen in this last tight corner? Here they come.
Does he leave the door open? No. It's going to be Roger Mears. 4 out of 6 years. Mears wins the Rumble in the Rockies. Ivan Stewart, second. Third place goes to Rod Millen. Rick Johnson will finish fourth. What a great race. What a great win at the Conoco Rumble in the Rockies.
That's just absolutely amazing, and you did it with an ailing motor. How'd you do that?
Well, the motor ran good that time, but we did lose 2 motors today. That's why my crew just did a heck of a job. The last motor we put in just ran super, obviously.
What is it about you and the Mile High Stadium as you held up Ivan Stewart in a tremendous battle?
Well, Ivan was definitely keeping me honest, and he was a real gentleman. I want to thank him for that. He could have given me some more trouble than he did, and I want to thank him. That was super.
Do you think now maybe we will see victory number 5 when we come back here for the 7th time?
Hey, we'll take them any way we can get them, and I love winning here at Denver. Obviously, it's been very good for us, and we can't wait to come back.
Roger Mears Sr., winner once again at the Mile High Stadium.
Let's take another look at tonight's winners at the Conoco Rumble in the Rockies. At the main event in Denver, in Sport Truck, it goes to Roger Mears.